am
like
today
him.
with
Yeah.
absolutely, it is him, yes. Today I am with absolutely amazing,
Actually, I'm in
awesome, and
Cyprus
so
today.
chilling.
I'm in
No,
Cyprus. I'm in the
you're
same time.
not.
Yeah,
No,
I'm in
you're
those.
not.
Yeah, I flew to Cyprus. I'm hanging out. It's a beautiful day today here. It's getting. I'm about to go get some dinner. Yeah, on the beach.
No. This is going completely wrong right now. Eric, you cannot be in Cyprus having a dinner when actually it's only 10 a.m. where you are. I must say, this is type of energy you will get today from this absolutely phenomenal man. Actually, he's called Mr. Awesome. And it's not a surprise why he's called Mr. Awesome, because he is. People call him Mr. Awesome. It was Brian Tracy who named this best-selling author and amazing speaker as a Mr. Awesome. Is it right, Eric?
It's absolutely true. Yeah, Brian Tracy and Les Brown.
And Les Brown. So
Yeah,
two
yeah.
of my favorite men called you Mr. Awesome.
I'm
So,
sharing this,
Mr.
by the way,
Awesome.
right now. Check it out. Look, you're on live. Oh my
Woo!
God.
Woo! We're
Woo!
alive!
Now I
We're
can take
alive!
this and woo! Oh my
Now we
God.
can do dancing. Now we can
I
do
just threw my
dancing.
laptop in the beach. Oh well. We are
Well,
live.
and there's police. Can you hear police? That's what happens.
Yeah, they come.
When your
I'm so
energy.
awesome that the sirens come around and they're like, "Where's the awesome coming from?" I'm like, "I'm right here."
Oh, I know. They heard you and they're like, we need to calm him down.
That's
And
right.
he arrived to Cyprus. He's just about to have dinner at 10 a.m. in the morning. So let's calm
That's
him
right.
down.
Yeah. For
Right.
breakfast, I'm gonna have a steak.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Hey, there's
Well, I
people
must
jumping
say,
on. They should share this. Hey guys, share this right now. Let's go ahead. Hit the little share button. It's right there. There it is, right there. Hit that share button and share it out to people, because that's a cool thing to do.
well, Eric, but what is the reason for them to share? The
Oh,
reason
because
for them to share is because they're
yeah,
going to learn today about how to be super successful at
yeah,
what
that's true.
they do.
Share.
How
Well,
exciting is that?
sharing is caring. That's what it is. It's caring.
Exactly. Eric, I must say, I was so super excited the entire week. Not only just entire week, the entire last 2 weeks, I was waiting and waiting for this day, because I knew you're going to come along and you will be sharing your super duper tips, because you are the man who walks his talk, who knows what he talks about when it comes to success. So could you please share with us your secret tip number one to how to become successful at what you do?
Oh my gosh, we're diving right into it. I'm nervous though. What should I do? I'm just kidding. That's secret
That's not
tip
Eric.
number one. Okay, so secret tip number one is this: feel the energy in yourself. Feel the some people call it fear. Some people call it anxiety, anxious, being anxious or something. But feel that and use it. Now, here's the deal. Here's my tip for you. Tip number one is this: don't allow fear to stay in your way. In fact, fear is really for you to get rid of. But I change fear into anxious awesomeness. Okay. And that is for your energy to the audience in front of you. Now, what I mean by audience is it could be an audience of 1,000 people. It could be an audience like this with millions of people watching, or it could be, you go to the grocery store and you're talking to somebody. Don't allow fear to stand in the way. Actually bring that energy and give it to that person through your awesomeness, through your energy. That's what I do. So that's tip number one.
I love that. And I must say, when you are in front of people, you always connect with them, right? And you connect with them, and then you have this energy exchange, isn't it? And then you get even more pumped up energy. But you do it only when you really connect. Eric, have you been in situations when you watch somebody speak and you literally can see the energy deflating?
Sure.
Have you
And
seen people?
they yawn. They go, "Ooh," you're not connecting with them at that point.
Yeah.
Brian Tracy
exactly.
taught me this, Olga. Brian Tracy taught me this years ago. He used to do something. He still does. He goes ahead, and when somebody speaks to him, let's say someone's going to come up to him over here on the side, what he'll do is he'll turn his whole body so he faces that individual. And I love that. He does that with kids as well. You get right down to their level, eye to eye. Instead of you looking down onto children, you look eye to eye, because this really helps the energy and the awesomeness that they're going to have.
Yeah.
It's all about transferring. Look, here's the deal. Brian taught me this years ago as well. All promoting or selling or marketing or anything that we're doing is all a transfer of enthusiasm. It's literally taking your awesomeness. I call it awesomeness. You can call it whatever you want. It's your enthusiasm. It's your embodiment of inside of you. And the only way that they're going to get that from you is from you to give it to them. So that's why I said earlier, sharing is caring, right? Share this stream. I see people commenting and so forth. Share this stream, because here's the deal. It's like, if you look, Bob Berg used to tell me this. I'm not sure if you know Bob Berg. I got to introduce you to him. He's amazing. He wrote The Go-Givers. He's written many books. Amazing individual.
Yeah.
And he's a good buddy of ours. Actually, I think you may have interviewed him one time. And what he used to tell us, which I just lost my train of thought. I'm looking at the beach right now, and there's this big wave coming in. Anyway, so I forgot what I was saying. But Bob Berg, what was I saying? I was just about to say something about Bob Berg. It was so cool too. But,
it was about connection. It was about connection. Yeah. You were going all about connection.
Yeah, it still didn't help me though. I forgot what it was. So anyway, but it's connecting.
I'm sure we're gonna get back.
Connecting with people and showing that you care. I remember what Bob Berg told me. This is an offline. It wasn't in any of his books. It's not in a training. It was just he and I talking one day. And what he said was, he says, Erik, you see all these books over here in this book library and so forth. He goes, this is great. We were at a conference, and there was a library in this conference center and so forth that we're at the hotel. And he goes, if people own these books, that's great. And people, if they read these books, that's great. But if people don't share the principles in the book to other people and with other people, then it's useless. What's the point of being able to read if you're not going to be able to actually implement the information that you actually read and the great techniques? So it's the same thing with your energy. For me, I have energy, as you can probably tell. I'm like, woohoo! And I'm wearing pants today, actually, which is kind of cool on Zoom. So just saying, how many of us have
we want to see the pants. We want to see the pants.
Oh no, I can't show you. Yeah, no, we're gonna hold off on that. But the point is that we transfer that enthusiasm, that energy. And by the way, I want to hit a timeout for myself. Here, ready? Timeout, Erik. Okay. So the deal is transfer your energy, but you don't have to be like me, like all animated, like woohoo, rock and roll. You could transfer the energy by just sitting back and relaxing and really connecting with that individual in any way you want to.
Bingo. And I love that. And actually, in nowadays world, when everything is virtual, when everything is through camera and technology, the best thing what we can do to connect with people is look right into the camera lens. Because I must say, Erik, it's so tempting. It's so tempting to look right at you. But there's the difference. If I look right at you, I'm sure everybody right now can see that I'm not looking into the camera. But if I look right into the camera, do you feel I'm looking at you, Erik? Do you feel I like staring at you?
Where are you? You're absolutely right. So guys, look in the camera, find out where your little green button is or whatever it is on your system that you're using, and utilize it. Try your hardest or succeed at this. Don't look at what they call the subject. The subject is, we are two subjects on this platform right now, Olga and myself. Well, you can look at us because you're watching it, okay? But if you are the subject, don't look at yourself or the other individual. Just look at you, feel confident. And it takes confidence to do that, by the way, because it's a tendency to look at it and say, oh my gosh, is my hair out of place? Is this going on? What's happening? I used to have, look at you fixing your hair. I actually had I live in Scottsdale as well. And in one of my places that what I did was I had I like greenery, I like trees and so forth. You like my tree of life, by the way, back here? That's actually 3 paintings put together.
I love it. I love it. It looks amazing.
And I have a tree of life over here. If you can see that, go full screen, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Now go full screen for a second.
Full screen.
There you go. Right there on the wall. That's actually made. I had this made, the tree of life. It's really cool. But the point is, though, which I forgot my point. Let's see. Yep, it's gone. I guess
you distracted me with your tree as well.
Yeah, the point that I was trying to make was, I remember. So I had a tree in my other place in Scottsdale as well, and I started doing a live. I forgot what I was talking about, and all of a sudden, it was windy out there, and all of a sudden, my tree, literally timber, fell right behind me, like literally behind me here. And I kept on speaking and talking, and people were like, what just happened? They thought it was planned. It was hilarious. But the point is, don't let other distractions get in your way. Just really focus on that person. And it goes with the first point that we just made. It's transferring that enthusiasm, that energy. Have you ever met somebody that you're having a conversation with them, yet their body, let's say their body from here to here is looking at you, but the rest of their body and their feet are pointing that way. Like one's already on a gas pedal. They're like, I gotta go. They don't want to be there. So, so make sure you're connecting with that individual. And look, if it's not a good connection, that's great to know up front, and just move on. Cordially say, great talking to you, and you're out of there. Right.
Love that. Sounds very much like speed dating. I like you, I don't like you. I like you, I don't like you. If you don't like you, I just move on. Next. But yeah, it makes sense, because success in life comes through passion, comes through energy. And if you don't have that energy which you can transfer to other people, they will feel drained by you. And you don't want people to be drained by you. You definitely don't want that. I love this tip number one. Okay, so everybody.
That's interesting you just said that. Wait, I want to interrupt you and say this. Interesting what you just said about speed dating, because I speed dated for 10 years. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But the point is, I'm kidding. But the point is, though, it's interesting what you want on a date. Let's say you go on a date.
Yeah.
What everyone wants at the end of the date. Now, hold on, guys. All right, don't assume. Okay, this is what I want at the end of every date that I go on. What I want is when I drop her off and open the door and let her, and drop her off, and then get in my car and head back home. At the end of the night, I want her to say, wow, that was amazing. How do I get more? Right? Wow, I want to meet that person again. Wow. And you can use this for business as well. It's the same thing. It's business dating, right? It's wow, how can I get more of that energy, or that awesomeness, or that knowledge, or that mastermind, or that training, or that conference, whatever it is, how can I get more of it? And that's at the end of every experience. That it is one of my rules.
I love that. And that's why exactly I brought the dating into here, because whenever I want to see somebody else again, if we did not feel great next to them, and the same applies to our business, if you don't bring the great passion, the great energy in what you do, unfortunately, people will not want to come back. You might be a really great seller, it might be a really great salesperson, but if you don't have fabulous energy around you, people will run away. So that was tip number one, which is really powerful. But Erik, if people have low energy, how they can pump it up, how they can get higher energy?
Oh, hold on, wait. Okay. I'll give you some ideas on how to do that, but I wouldn't suggest that if you're connecting with somebody. If you have low energy, or if that's the type of person you are, what I would suggest is start I use the whisper technique. Okay. Do you know what the whisper technique is? The whisper technique is just leaning in and just having a conversation like this. It's really connecting. When you whisper to somebody, not like whisper in their ear or something creepy. I'm just saying, like if I'm having a conversation like this and I say, you know what, Olga, I got to tell you something really cool. And you're gonna be like, yeah, what is it? Right? It's all attention is on what you're gonna speak about. Yeah. So that's a little technique that some people can use. If you already have low energy, what you're doing is you're bringing this high. It's all about vibration. It's all about the level of frequency of vibrations, right? And I work with a lot of individuals in regard to brain waves, as well as brain mapping and vibration, and where your frequencies are. And you can tell my frequency. I literally had to sit down for this interview, because I'm usually like rock and roll, right? So I had to slow it down, right? This is me slowing it down. But the point is, though, you've got different levels of vibration, of frequencies. So what you can do strategically is bring people to your level of frequency, if you'd like, and match theirs with yours, and then you've got an actual connection, a real connection. It's awesome. Now, to answer your other question, though, you said, how can you raise your level of energy? I think you asked. So I do a couple different things. I call it the power of 3. So I love the number 3. That's my favorite number. 3, 13, 33, anything with 3 in it, that's mine. So what I do is I will look at 3 different things that I can do to raise my level of energy right off the bat. Now, what are those 3 things? And you can use the power of 3 in any area of your life, which is amazing. I'll address that in a little bit. But basically, if you're talking about energy, let's say you're kind of down, but you're kind of low energy, but you need to be a little higher energy. Well, you can do 3 things. What is it? Number 1, stand up. Number 2, take 3 deep breaths, in and out, in and out, in and out, quick. And number 3 is just maybe do a high five or hug the person, give them a big hug, or turn on the radio, and put on a really cool song just for a 3-minute song. So it's just 3 quick things that you can do to level yourself up. Now you pick those 3 though, and it's awesome. But if you always remember 3 quick things to do, then you've got a systematic way and that you fill in the actual things that you're going to put in there for the 3, but you have a systematic way to know to yourself and to feel confident for yourself that you're going to do 3 quick things, and then boom, your energy is going to be up. It's really, really cool. It reminds me, actually, I'll say one more thing. It reminds me of the snooze alarm. So you know what a snooze alarm is, right? Yeah. So it's you know what a snooze alarm is? Yes. Okay. So you've got the snooze alarm. You got the alarm and you hit snooze, and it's like 10 minutes, another 15 minutes, another 25 minutes. Well, stop hitting snooze alarm. How many of you, raise your hand if you hit the snooze alarm like 9 times every morning? Stop doing that. Brian Tracy taught me this one time. Brian said, he actually said this in one of our events that we were doing. He said, Eric, what we do is this. What he does personally is he gets up, and when he hears the alarm go off for the first time, what he does is he moves his body sideways on the bed, and he puts 1 foot down on the floor. Okay. And then he hits snooze, and he keeps sleeping for 10 more minutes. Then 10 minutes goes, the alarm goes off. He takes the other foot, puts it down. So now he's got 2 feet on the ground. The 3rd snooze, he has to get up. So he does this every time. It's so funny. But it's the power of 3. What are 3 things that you can do that's different to raise your level of awesomeness?
I love that. And Erik, I must say, people recognize when you have that great, awesome energy, because here we have a comment from Anshul on LinkedIn. He says, wonderful part is listening to you both with this amazing aura. Wonderful. How great is that when people recognize your energy, right?
Yeah, it's contagious.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Good to see you, LinkedIn.
Yeah,
what's up?
Exactly. Yeah.
Somebody's got another question.
All right, so that's...
How do you distribute these in the success pie? Hard work, talent, and luck. I'm going to let you answer that because I don't understand what he's asking exactly. I just saw it from Anit Ambat.
Right. Okay, I see. So I would say, I can't see the comment for some reason. Can you read again? Because I can't see it for some reason.
The comment says, "Hi, it says, hi, how do you distribute these?" Which I don't know which these are. Maybe energy or the 3. I'm not sure what he's talking about there. Distribute these in the success pie: hard work, talent, and luck.
I love that. I think what...
Yeah. Do you understand what he's asking?
Yeah. I think it's about how can we actually make sure that we don't lose ourselves or don't lose our energy when we actually put so much into. I think it's that.
Okay.
You think it's that?
Even if it's not, let's talk about that because that's a cool topic. So, so here's the deal. By the way, that's another technique. If if somebody asks you a question, have you ever done this before? I've done this a lot. I love this. When somebody asks you a question, like ask me a question, you say, well, how was your day the other day? Whatever the question is. What you answer is totally off topic. It's great. You go, yeah, the 3 ways to be successful. Let me share with you. The guy's like, what? But no, it's so true. Like it's interesting to we have these reserves as well. The frequency. Look, high energy frequency.
Yeah.
You can't be there at 100% of the time all the time, right? 100% of the time. You have to reserve, and it's almost like when you jump in your car and go get gas. Petro. You want to fill up the gas tank, and then you've got all the energy right back up. It's just like a battery. I had to charge my battery right now. So you have to charge your battery at all in intervals throughout the day. And that's the key. It's almost like interval eating, right? Like when they call it something else, whatever it's called. But when you eat, you're not supposed to eat like a big heavy meal, right? What you're supposed to do is eat in intervals, is what I call it, but little time slots every 2 to 3 hours, a smaller amount, so that it sustains your energy throughout the day and throughout, your work or your school, let's say, or your personal life. And that's the thing. Also, like, a lot of this is pre-COVID, but as soon as COVID's over, when people go back to work and do all this stuff, what happens is people go to their job, they go to the work, they're all energized there, and then they come back and they release all this negative stuff on their family, instead of keeping everything positive and frequency awesome. Ooh, I need to write another book, frequencyawesome.com.
I think you're so right. You definitely need another book. But actually, I like the way how you described it there. And I actually gave another thought to this question. And how about this? Maybe what we need actually means is, how about having the hard work and the talent and the luck in terms of achieving success? You see, it's quite interesting how sometimes we can hear information and that could be translated in so many different ways.
Yeah. That question right there with the hard work, talent, and luck, I'll take all three. I will not look at that. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, hard work, talent, or luck, which do you want? Well, I'd say I'll take all three.
Oh.
Right? I would like all three of them, because I want to use my God-given awesomeness, right? I call it awesomeness. That's my word. So for myself, because I'm listening to myself while I say it. Does that make sense? So you call it whatever you guys want to call it, but what is your talent? What is your awesomeness? What are you amazing at? Right? Olga, you were doing another live earlier this morning, and you were talking about God-given talents and God-given awesomeness. What is it? So find out what that is. And what I call that is the passion test. So find out what your passion is and find out what other people love about you, and say, oh, Olga is amazing at this. You need to touch base with her. Or Erik's great at this. Touch base with them because of this. One of the things for me is connecting people with other people. It's a big thing that I love to do, because I wear a dog tag that says NDSO, which stands for No Drama, Serve Others. So it's all about serving others. But what is your talent? What is your God-given awesomeness, right? And then hard work. I mean, here's the deal. A lot of people say, well, just think about it and it'll appear. Well, does it really? You could be sitting in rainy, London, let's say, and say, well, I want the sun to appear. Well, I don't know you got to do like an Indian dance, right? One of those, I don't know what maybe that's the rain dance. Never mind. That's the opposite. But the point is, though, you can't just wish upon the sun to show up. There's going to be seasons. The seasons are there for a reason. Ooh, write that book down, right? Seasons are there.
I like that. But it's funny you say it, actually.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's funny you say it, actually, because I talk about seasons a lot. Like sometimes people say, I push myself and then I feel I'm drained and I feel I don't have the energy, I don't have the motivation. And I always say, that's your winter. That's your winter. Sit back, rejuvenate right now, go have a bath, put some salt in it, put some bubbles into your bottle, but relax, because this is your time to rejuvenate, to recharge, and to prepare for your next spring, and then summertime, and then autumn time. And then guess what? Your winter is coming back. So I love that you mentioned that. I love it.
I want to mention a couple things on that, if I may. I love the fact that you're like, take a bath, put some salt in there. I do that every day. But the point, the real point, though, is this.
Right.
is interesting that you said. So let's go back to what you said a second ago. You said people tell you, they're like, Olga, I'm just drained. I've been working my butt off. I've been working my whatever off, and every day, and and I'm getting okay results, but not amazing results. And then I'm drained, and you're telling him that's your winter. That's a good point. But there's another point that we need to look at. The point is, do you remember when we were all children at 3 years old? Do you remember 3? So there was I don't know either. So there was this a game where you had a block, a big thing like this, and there were squares and then circles and triangles, right? And we would take the triangle and try to put it in the square, or put the circle into the triangle, and it doesn't work. So what happens is, a lot of people, and I say this not even to be funny, I'm saying it seriously, that a lot of people, when they ask you the same question, then maybe they're going about the strategy to get to the result not in the most effective way, right? And maybe they need to reassess their strategy because they're keeping on hitting that wall, that plateau is what I call it. So identify what is working, and look, work should not be hard, right? Talent should not be hard. Success should not be hard. There are quotients or equations of success, and success leaves clues, and it's simply following other people who have done it before and utilizing their success equation, if you will, right? There's a gentleman named Roger Bannister. We just lost him recently. I guess last year he passed away, but in 1954 or 52, I think it was 1952, he was the first person to run the 4-minute mile. Right, so it was sub 4-minute mile, 3 minutes and something in running. Right, amazing, But the thing is, right after he did that, then about 60 other people did it within that next 6 months. And what that tells everyone in the world is, if you can really believe it and conceive it, you can achieve that. And that's what Think and Grow Rich is all about. That's what our mastermind's all about. It's all about really conceiving and believing and utilizing your habits and your attitude to get that success. It's amazing. Sorry if it's loud out here, by the way. I'm working on my house over here, and they're doing some construction. I told them not to, but they're doing it anyway.
They're doing a great job. I must say, they're doing a really great job. Let's keep building. But I like how you mentioned actually a few things, almost like tip number 2 and tip number 3 straight away. So you said about the right strategy. Could you please elaborate more on that? Because I believe this is great tip number 2 about how to become successful at what you do, is actually to have the right strategy. There's so many people who already succeeded at what you want to succeed, but at the same time, it has to be right for you. So what is the way how we can find out, is this strategy suitable for me?
Well, I mean, it's easy. It's a simple answer. I mean, is it working? Are you getting the results that you set out to get? And if you're not, then change your strategy. Don't change the whole thing. A lot of people do this, and I've seen this before. We've had, I keep on mentioning my mastermind. We have a lot of mastermind members, and our members are having such breakthroughs because what they've noticed in the past is that they'll try something, they'll give it a go, they'll strategize to do something to get great success, and then they hit barriers, 1, 2, 3, 5 barriers, and then they shut down. They go, well, I'm not good at that. That's not for me. And in fact, what we do is we dissect the fact that it's a great success goal that they're looking for. It's a great outcome that they're looking for. The thing is, getting there it needs to be adjusted, right, or tweaked. A simple way to look at that is, you want to. Here, I live in San Diego. I'm in Cypress today, but anyway. So let's say I live in San Diego, and I'm heading over to the beach. I'm going to go to this really nice restaurant right on the water. I mean, it's not like fancy. It's just really beautiful restaurant overlooking the water. I always love going there, and I'm here over at my home. So what I need to do is get up and what do I need to do? Either take my car, I could take an Uber, I could fly there, which is kind of silly if I'm going to fly there, because I'd have to go to the airport, then fly somewhere, and then come back to the same airport, get in another Uber, and then go to the beach. It's stupid to do that, right? Or I can walk there. So which strategy are you going to do? And to identify what's working is very simple. I mean, just literally take note of it. Take notes of it, meaning journal your success. I used to do this with my referrals, and I got really, really good at referrals. So now I don't really necessarily journal them as much, but I used to do this all the time when I was first starting off. This is 25 years. When you were born, Olga, I was starting off to work.
I'm not 25. I'm a bit more than that.
You're 27. Yeah, you're around there. So
all right.
So, my birthday's coming up, by the way. So here's the deal. So what I did was I would put down referrals. I'd say, okay, I'm going to refer this person to someone else. And then what most people do is they just refer and they don't look up the fact that if it worked. All right. So I want to see if it worked. Hey, did this strategy actually help these two individuals? And then, we're all in this affiliate marketing and commissions on the referral back and so forth. So maybe you'll get a referral back as well, or whatever it's called, a affiliate fee, which is great. So you want to track all those things. So what I started doing was anyone who I would refer to someone else, I would write down a little R next to their name in my phone book in the your phone, and I would notice that I referred them to so and so, and then I would start like taking tabs, taking note or calculations on this, and I started seeing that about 80% of my actual revenue that I was coming in with this particular project or company, what I noticed was 80% of it was derived because of my referrals and my connections that way. So then you start seeing the pattern that it's working. So my point is, start seeing if the patterns are working, or if they're not working. If they're not working, change your strategy, or maybe don't do referrals anymore. Or I'm using that as an example, but maybe it's change your different route. From here to the beach, I could take probably 7 different routes. You got to find the best route that you can possibly take, because one might be under construction, one might be tons of traffic, one might be one way the other way, right? And that's another metaphor that a lot of us are going the wrong way and trying to get success.
I love that. I love it, especially the fact that we have construction sounds in the background. And you mentioned maybe one of them will be under construction.
I can move inside if you want, by the way. Do you want me to move inside?
No, it's good. It's good. I just think how everything is so timely. And I think it's
I hold this right
really
here.
amazing.
Hello.
That's great.
Maybe I can put it up here. Okay, continue. Where are we? What are we doing?
So yes, construction. So I do like the way how you say measure that, how it works, and then decide whether it is working for you. So literally test and measure. That's really, really powerful. Thank you so much. I think it's really, really good to tell us more about your mastermind, because you mentioned already a few times, and people right now watching this video thinking, what is he talking about? What is the mastermind all about?
Do you think they're really doing that? Do you think they're going, oh my God, tell me about the mastermind? That's awesome.
Well, yes. if they would know what difference mastermind can make to their life,
that's right.
Now, what they would be doing, they'll be clicking the link which I'm just about to share to find out more about your mastermind. Yes. Because I can vouch for masterminds. I was a part of masterminds for years. I have my own masterminds, and they work. In fact, everybody in the mastermind will tell you they work. In fact, Henry Ford,
Henry Ford is in your mastermind?
No. I was talking about the original people who started masterminds. And Henry Ford, he was having a mastermind. He was together with, I think it was Thomas Edison and somebody else. And there was few guys that were meeting on a regular basis, not through technology like we do now, right? They were having a hard time because they had to fly to each other and wherever else they had to connect together, right? But they were masterminding together. So that's how old this term of masterminding is. But Erik, tell us more about your awesome mastermind.
Oh, thank you so much for asking. All right, so you bring up really good points. It's a mastermind, meaning it's a connection and collection of individuals who are there to support. And what I like to call it is a support system, not a therapy session. Okay, so it's a support system, not therapy session. Here, by the way, Olga, come back on. I love being split screen with you there. So, okay. So support system rather than a therapy session. Some people think, well, I'll go to a mastermind and I'll just unload all of my baggage and all the things, and that's not what we're looking for, right? What we're looking for is what is your challenge over the last couple weeks, so we can help you fix that particular challenge and assess and access more success equations for you to move to the next level, so that 2 weeks from now you are doing fantastic in that area. Because it's like little bite-sized things. A lot of people want to fix the whole picture instead of really just looking at these components that make up the big picture. I'll give you an example. There was a kid. Let's see if I can get this story right. This little child is about 6 years old, and goes up to his dad and says, Dad, can we go play, do something? And he's like, son, I'm literally reading the newspaper. give me an hour and then we'll go outside. All right. 5 minutes later, Dad, is it an hour yet? It's like, I got to buy you a clock. No, it's not an hour yet. He does this, keeps on coming back and forth. So finally the father says, look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you go ahead and put here, take part of this newspaper and go ahead and see there's a world. Here, let's cut this into little pieces, right? So he cuts the back of this newspaper, one of the pages of the newspaper, and it had the world, okay, the globe on the newspaper, and he cuts it into little pieces, right? And he says, son, take this and good luck. He didn't say the good luck part, but he goes, take this and put the world together, a jigsaw puzzle. Good luck. All right, get out of here. So the kid leaves. 7 minutes later, he comes back. 7 minutes. The dad's like, oh my God, you're killing me, kid. And he goes, what did you do? He goes, Dad, look, here you go. I did it. It's all back together. He put it in 20, 30 pieces, but it was all back together, all taped together. He goes, son, how did you do that? I gave you the world. I split it up into 30 pieces and you put it all back together. He goes, it was easy, Dad. On the other side had a picture of a man. All I did was I put the man together and the world seemed to come together. Isn't that awesome? So listen to the last statement I just made. He said, all I did was put the man together and the whole world came together.
I love that.
Isn't that awesome?
I love that. I love
that. That's the deal with masterminds. Masterminds are pulling together a collective awesomeness of men and women who are going to assist you and support you in growing to the next level, because as my friend Sharon Lecter talks about, she wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki. She's written Think and Grow Rich for Women. She's her latest one is Exit Rich. It's amazing. She's awesome. Great friend of mine from Scottsdale. So what she says is it's look, a mastermind is not 1 + 1 = 2. Oops, 2. It's 1 + 1 = 11. It equals tons of different minds coming together that are going to assist you. Yeah. Because a lot of us have what we call blinders, right? We have these blinders and we think, just look this way. Don't figure out the other stuff. And the thing is, if you have these other perspectives, there was a book, a movie, I think it was called Perspective or something like that. It was really neat. And it was like one of those mystery movies or something. And it was neat because people were looking at it from one angle, but if you look at it from different perspectives, you get all this knowledge and education that you didn't have before. So that's really what a mastermind does. And what our mastermind is, it's called the Habitude Warrior. I know you put it in the link, which is great. It's called the Habitude Warrior Mastermind. And what we do is we base the whole mastermind on habits, attitude, and the Think and Grow Rich principles of success. So that's what it is, and it's all virtual. We meet twice a month. We have tons of different groups. One of the groups is forming in London right now. So we're calling it the Rainy Mastermind. No, I'm just kidding. You
can't call it that way.
No, we're not calling it that. But it's really cool. What we do is we meet at one of the groups meets at 6 p.m. like now, 6 p.m. on the first and third Wednesdays of the month. So it's just twice a month. We have another group that meets on the second and fourth Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and so forth. So we've got lots of different groups and they're amazing. But and what we do is we limit our groups. All right, we understand you're backing up. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
We get it. We see you. Hi. Okay. All right. It's like,
yeah, we can hear though.
Can you imagine if you do that in real life? Like if you were just a person, you're like, beep, beep, I'm backing up.
I know. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I'm backing up.
I know. How annoying would that be? Coming back again. All right. So anyway, so the point is, our mastermind is it's a lot of fun. Oh, here's the things that I've noticed with my mastermind. People come in for the right reasons, of course, to help each other and support, and what we call borrowed benefits. That means that we put certain people in the hot seat or the opportunity chair, and it's their opportunity to tell us what's going on for the last couple of weeks, how we can help them, what's their ask, ASK, what is their ask, and we assist them in that, right? And it takes about 10 minutes or so for each person to do that during the sessions. But what's cool is a lot of our members are getting borrowed benefits from that person being in the seat. They're just contributing, and they're counseling, but they're also receiving all of this awesome information, and that's really, really powerful. And what I've also noticed is this, especially in the times that we live in right now, I've noticed that everyone's there for the right reason, and then some people are getting, or a lot of people are getting, extra reasons why they're now there. Meaning they're getting the support system, they're getting the love, they're getting the let me wrap my arms around you and give you a big hug and assist you. And they're absolutely looking. We get so many messages saying, I can't wait till Mastermind. Can we do it today? I'm like, it's Sunday. No. But anyway, so they're like, can we please do it earlier? I'm like, great, I'll see you Wednesday. But the thing is, they look forward to it because they need us as that support system. And I love that. I think that's really cool.
And I think it totally makes sense, because even sometimes when you watch somebody else's video on YouTube, right? Or you go to a seminar and somebody asks a question, you sit there thinking, oh my God, I had a similar question.
Yeah.
And then when a speaker would respond to that person, you would think, oh my God, he also speaks to me. But the truth is, we humans, we might be so different. And we might be 7 billion and more, nearly 8, right? But the truth is, we have very similar, limited amount of problems, right? And they all go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's why it's so powerful, even if you don't ask the question yourself, to sit and listen to that person who is getting the advice from others, or to the content which he's getting from other people, because it'll be as valuable as you would ask yourself. So,
That's
oh my
right.
God, I love it. I absolutely love it. And actually, we have a great comment here from Billy Martin on LinkedIn. He says, if you believe it, you can conceive it, and you can achieve it.
That's right.
I love
Absolutely.
it. How powerful is that? How powerful is
That's
that?
right.
Amazing, amazing. So I got 3 tips already from you. So first of all is definitely bring the energy up. Make sure you do have these super duper high energy. Second one is have the right strategy. Test, measure, carry on, go in circles until you find your own. Third one is become a part of Erik's mastermind. Did I say Erik's? I mean a
That's the
mastermind.
third tip.
But
Yeah.
yes, become a part
Join
of
the
Erik's
mastermind.
mastermind.
That is a good tip.
That's a good
In
tip,
fact, you know what?
exactly.
I'm going to do something special. I've been thinking about doing something for my birthday. So my birthday's coming up. I'm going to turn 30.
Right?
And just kidding. I'm going to have another anniversary of my 30th birthday. I'm going to have a 10-year anniversary.
No,
anyway,
you're not.
I'm
No,
going to
no,
have a
come on. We
20-year
want to know.
anniversary.
We
Anyway,
want to know.
we won't tell. We won't say
We want to know.
actual
We
date.
want to know.
But here's what I'll do. I'm thinking about doing a present to the world, to you guys, and maybe a holiday gift as well. So here's what I was thinking. Let's do it this way. So, okay, it's normally $5,000 to join our mastermind, and that's US. So go figure it out in your own currency. But it's $5,000 for a 3-month access. So it's a $20,000 for the whole year. So what I'm thinking about doing is this. I've offered what I call compassionate pricing. Compassionate pricing means I want to be compassionate to everyone here in the world right now because they've got things going on, and work has been kind of interesting for a lot of people, and finances and so forth. So what I'd like to do is this: if you commit to 12 months, what I'll do is I'll bring it down to the compassionate lowest price I can bring it, which is $250 a month. Okay.
Wow.
You have to sign up for 12 months. Okay. 12 months. And
Wow.
it's $250 per month, and we bill you monthly. That's it. So it's on a card or whatever, credit card. And that's it. And you're part of the group, and you'll be a master member with us at the mastermind. Now, here's the cool part. I will set something up where today is, I don't know what day today is. Is it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Who knows? What day is today? Thursday? I think it's Thursday. So let's do this. For those who sign up, who go and message us over the next week before, let's say, actually, I'll do it for all of November, the rest of November. If you sign up before the end of November, okay, for the next week and a half here, I will go ahead and gift you your first month as a gift to you. So basically, you join for free in December, of course, you sign up. You sign up in advance. You sign up in November. We get your details, your credit card, all of your stuff, and we start billing you in January rather than December. We give you December for free as a holiday gift. Is that kind of cool?
No, I think it's super cool.
I
think it's super cool. I think it's super duper cool because not only you reduce the price from God knows how much, I think you reduce like 10 times less or something. Maths is not my strongest part, you can tell, right? So my geography is not my strongest part.
I know politics is your strongest. I know.
No, neither. But you're also giving 1 month for free. And here's the math. I can do this type of math, okay? So right now, people don't go to drink coffee in Starbucks because it's closed.
Oh, yeah.
People don't drive anywhere because they can't. People don't go to cinema, to theater, to night out, to meals out, whatever else, because they can't, okay? So they literally are saving hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands. So investing in a mastermind like this is absolute peanuts comparing to what they would normally spend.
Yeah, it's so true. And what I'll say also is this: a lot of people I've noticed lately over the last year or so, it's some people are thinking, well, it's not the price, it's just they're fearful because they don't know what they're getting into in regard to a mastermind. And my answer is, yeah, no, I've seen that. I've seen it a lot. And I was like that, by the way, back when I first didn't realize what a mastermind was, and I was a little intimidated by it. And when I first, then when I started, joined them and I started some, I was like, this is awesome. It's just a collection of amazing individuals helping each other. That's really what it is. And you have, it's like a super duper high end club that you belong to. It's like a country club mastermind is what it is. So what I would suggest is give it a go. Give yourself permission to literally check this out, because in fact, I'll allow you to come in and sit what I call a ride along guest pass. Just sit there just for one session and just enjoy the camaraderie and the awesomeness between our members, and we'll welcome you in for just one session. It's like an hour and a half long. That's it. It's through Zoom or through the platform that we use. And that'll give you an opportunity to actually see this and say, okay, I'm in, I love this, let's do it. And that's another option. But if you sign up before the end of November, then you get a free month as December, because I want to gift it to you guys, which is really cool.
Love that. I absolutely love it. So no, it's not good. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome gift from Mr. Awesome, Erik Swanson. I must say, Erik, I'm not sure if you have noticed or not, but it has been nearly an hour. And my plan, I'll be honest with you, was to interview for about half an hour. Sure, of course. As if that would happen, right? As if that would happen. I must say, I really enjoyed all your tips. But before we go, let me just tell you something what I was just literally caught up onto. You will not believe it. You will absolutely not believe it. Check this out. Check this comment out. So, Olga, thanks for recognition, but that was Erik's quote. Please let him know I do believe.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
not gonna read. I also love you. I also love you too, Billy. Thank you so much for saying that. But
actually, Billy, that wasn't even my quote. That was ABC. Anything you can believe and ABC. Anything you can conceive and believe you can achieve. That is a Napoleon Hill quote.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank
Think
you
and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill.
Great. Okay, now we went all the way to the original ancestors of the quote. You see, my English is finishing by now.
Think and Grow Rich.
Oh yes, that's right. I love that book. Anybody who haven't read that book yet, you got to go and read that book, because that book will change. What? Check your collection out. Oh my God, I love it.
This one's fun.
Absolutely
Crush
love
and dominate. 13 strategies to piss off your competitors. This one's on time management. And this one's a junior Habitude Warrior for kids. Good stuff.
Love it. I wanted to showcase your book. Oh, before we go, how is your new book going?
So I'm writing it. I'm just, as soon as we get off of this, I'm heading to the beach and starting to write a little bit more.
No, have you heard him? He's going to the beach to write the book. Great.
That's right.
I love that. I love that. Amazing. So, Erik, is there any other tip you could share with us about how to become successful at anything you do in your life right now? Anything else you would like to share with us?
Yes, follow this young lady right there. Follow her.
Oh,
That's it. Follow
so
awesome
sweet.
individuals
Thank
who are going to
you.
change your life. Yes.
Thank you so much. Well, I'll tell you something. It takes one to recognize another.
Aw,
If you wouldn't be awesome, you wouldn't recognize me, and we would never connect. You see, again, going back to tip number one, energy attracts energy. So you got to be that person who brings that awesome energy in order to attract awesome people. So
that's right.
please watch this video. Please share with other people so actually other people can get inspired, can learn about Erik, and also can sign up for his mastermind.
That's right. Awesome. Well, it's really good to be here, Olga, with you. I appreciate it. But right now, I got to go. Going off to the beach.
Exactly, to write another book, which we'll be buying very, very soon. Well, thank you so much, Erik, for being here with us today. I really
My
enjoyed
pleasure.
your company. I really enjoyed your amazing aura, your amazing, amazing energy. It is awesome as always. And everybody else, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will see you at the mastermind.